Alright guys, it's the Mighty Gliscor here bringing you the Week 1 matchup in the UAPB against Willy M and the Washington Weaviles. I have a comment question for you guys today down below. Let me know what you guys want the nicknames to be for my mons on this team, including the ones that I didn't bring this week. Because honestly, I have no idea what to nickname them. I am really bad with nicknames, so I like to hear them from people who have good nicknames or ideas. If you haven't seen the team builder, please make sure you guys check that out down below to understand who all I brought on my team and why I didn't bring the other ones. As you can see, if you did watch the team builder, I predicted just about 5 of the 6 mons that he brought besides Melodic, which kind of sucks because I can't use Tail Glow on Mana. Well, I could have put Tail Glow on Manaphy now that he didn't bring it. He decided to go with Cradilli as a specially defensive wall instead. But let's go over his team. So he brought Sticky Web's Area Dose. So I thought this was going to be the lead. As I mentioned in the team builder, if he led this, if he even brought it to the team, I was leading him on top. No doubt in my mind. I was just going to lead him on top and shut down the Sticky Webs. He brought Houndoom Mega, as I assumed. It's his Mega. I don't really have a switch in for it, to be honest, other than Manaphy and Hitmontop, and it does a tremendous amount of damage. Now, Lando T is a huge threat to my team. I did not bring a flying immunity, so it kind of does suck. I don't really have anything for it. I kind of went over Cradilli, especially defensive wall. I can't do much to it. I have 3 physical attackers, and that are pretty much the only things that can really touch it. Manectric is to deal with Manaphy, but I do have Zip Striker that can absorb any hits from it. So that is a plus. I can always fire off a +1 HP ground if I do get the Lightning Round boost and OHKO it. If not, it's a 2-hit KO. And I don't think he can touch me with anything else. And then we have Hitmonchan, which is something I was not expecting for to bring, but could potentially bring for the Bullet Punch on Ninetales. So that was a nice bring on his part. But let's just get right into the video. So, he's going to lean Houndoom, predicting my Ninetales Alolan lead, which is a solid play, but since I'm a Hitmontop and he's a Houndoom, I just click Close Combat. It's a safe play. There's not really much else I could do. Fake Out wouldn't have done nothing, and Aerial Ace can't really hit anything. And there was no point in Rapid Spinning yet, so I'm just going to go in Close Combat. It does only 22% at -1. Meaning I have to find a switch in for this thing. Well, go into Savali. Boom. Knocks off my Choice Scarf. Well, there goes my outspeeding his whole team with that Ice Beam. And he goes into his AV Hitmonchan, as we figure out from the damage. Only does about 14%, which means he's AV. Which means I can U-turn out because he's probably has no speed investment. And I'm going to go into Hitmontop. And this damage right here is incredible. 50% when I have all that extra defense. But I can live another one after the leftovers. And he goes right back out into this thing. Now I was going to fake out Aerial Ace into Hitmonchan to try to get rid of it. But he goes right back into his wall for this thing. And now I have to sack something. So I decided to sack Savali since he didn't bring Hoopa. Which was a nice play on my part, I believe. But now I can go into Ninetales and try to kill this thing. Should have probably doubled out into something because I expected the Houndoom to come in, but decided on the off chance that he stayed in because I knew Lando does get Iron Tail, that maybe he would go for that and I had to get rid of it, but clearly he didn't bring it and just went into the safe play into Houndoom. Now here, he's going to Flamethrower and knock me out. If you're questioning why I stayed in, I did bring Encore. I thought he was going to Nasty Plot us, predicting my switch out. So I tried to Encore him into Nasty Plot. Clearly that wasn't the case because he just clicks Flamethrower and I die. So, to deal with it, I'm going to bring in Manaphy. I know Surf can kill at this percent, but he goes into Cradilli, which absorbs it with Storm Drain, which I completely forgot at the point. But now I go for the Ice Beam. Does absolutely no damage, and here's where I mess up a Calc. I was messing around with Calcs with Aurora Veil up, and didn't realize that I didn't click on Aurora Veil, but that's what I get for trying to mess around with the Calc. Probably not the best idea, but thought it would only do 20%. And now Manaphy's whittled away, but I have no one to blame but myself. So, Manaphy's really weakened, and the only switch in I have for a Giga Drain is Registeel, who does take it pretty well. Now, I thought I could just get up rocks, thinking he'd switch out into something like Houndoom to take care of it, but we ended up trading rocks. And I guess with how much damage that did, he assumed I was especially defensive. Went into Hitmonchan as I fire off an Iron Head, and I do get a lucky crit. And now he's gonna Drain Punch, get some health back, and I click counter, and at least knock off one of his Pokemon. Now he sends in another big threat, and I have to sack something again because this thing does way too much damage with it being Adamant Life Orb. Now, this play, I could have probably just went out into Manaphy and clicked Surf or Ice Beam or something, at least something. But I went into Hitmonchan because I know Fake Out can do 20 to 23, which is a roll that's not in my favor, but it's a possibility. But we go for Fake Out, and it only does 20. So, that means something dies here. So I decided to sack the Hitmonchan. Still not sure if this crit mattered, but at least Lando goes down after that Earthquake. So I'm going to send in Zebstrika because I know it can at least get a kill on something that it switches in on, besides Cradilly. But I fire out the HP Ground and get rid of the Houndoom. So now he's going to go into Cradilly, which pretty much walls this thing because it's a specially defensive wall, and Giga Drain just so much damage. So I decided to Toxic. Now I shouldn't, maybe I shouldn't have Toxic to get a Ice Beam Freeze possibly, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go into Manaphy. Maybe should have brought Sub-Zero Slammer or something, but Ice Beam only does about 35, and he can just Giga Drain and secure this 3-0 victory. Now, the question is should I have played differently with Savali instead of just sacking it? But I wasn't really expecting some sort of knockoff. And it's also a good thing I brought Choice Scarf, because I was thinking about Ghost Memory or something, just so I could deal with any other threats, like maybe stop Hitmonchan. So good thing I brought Choice Scarf instead, because that knockoff would have just killed me there. But yeah, that Adamant Life Orb Lando was just so much damage. I literally had no switches for it, but that does let me gauge and help for future team builders to think about how much damage he can do to me instead of only looking at my side of the field. But I am kind of happy with how I played. I'm glad I didn't get 6-0'd. Also, I should have probably brought some way to deal with Lando with the Zebstrika, because Zebstrika had 0 things it could do to Lando. It only had Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, HP Ground, and Toxic. I should have probably brought HP Ice, but it is what it is. I thought I had Lando covered. Clearly I did not. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and answer that comment question down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is the Mighty Gliscor, and I'll catch you guys later.